Am I audible? Please let me know if I am audible. Am I audible? Please let. Hello, Deep. So, this is a question paper of 40 marks, but I don't know if you can hear those sounds. Good evening. Good evening. It's a little late today because generally we provide the video by 7:30. But today there is the Diwali celebrations and all. It is going on. So till 10 o'clock, the speakers will not be switched off. Okay, so still there are some sounds, but what else can we do? We will try to solve this comprehension passage. It is a very easy one. And it is important for all boards, whether you are CBSE, ICSE, ISC. Comprehension passage को just practice करना पड़ता है. As you practice, the more you practice, improve हो जाता है. ठीक है? Understanding is important, whether you understand or not. So of course, because we are discussing it in a class, I will explain it to you. See, all questions are compulsory, but because here performance is required, and last class I saw I gave some questions, and you had to type all the long answer questions, so that became a little bit difficult for you. So I'll give you options. Options are here. Hello, Gauri. So there are options given. So you follow the options, and according to that, you try to answer. Okay. I have made it a little easier for you to answer it in the chat box, because otherwise you have to type a lot and you cannot answer. So for long answers, maybe I'll give you separate videos. But today's video is comprehension passage. Understanding is most important. The better you understand the passage, the better you can answer. Okay, thank you so much, Gauri. Question number 1. I believe you can share the link to your friends, okay, so that they can also join. Whichever board they might be, this will be helpful, I can guarantee. Understanding is important. See, for CBSE, you get many synonyms and antonyms type of questions, okay. And here also you will get some. For class 12s, 11s and 12s, you have kind of word synonyms and antonyms, the initial ones. The word will be given, and उसके मतलब जैसे कि हम dear बोले तो उसका different meaning जो यहाँ पे है उससे different कुछ meaning लिखना पड़ता है. So there will also be some questions like that. And ICSE, of course, you know that all these questions are suitable for you, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अगर comprehension आपको समझ में आ गया तो you'll be able to answer them also. First, let us read. It is a very simple one. Today is day 1 of comprehension passage. Okay, Gauri. Today is day 1 of comprehension passage. So this will be a little easy one for you. As we all are very fond of Ruskin Bond. This is a Ruskin Bond story. And this is submitted, this is sent to my mail by one of your friends. Okay. As I told you, if you send me your papers, I can solve them for you. So this paper was sent by one of your friends. So one of our family members who have subscribed to this channel. So we will discuss that. Second, yes. So we will discuss that, and I believe he will also be benefited and along with you. How can we reach? You can see, if you have a question paper, you can share it to me in my mail, reshmimukherjee24@gmail.com. You have my website, slothskill.com. You can be there. You can get helps, practice papers over there. Okay. And if you have any more doubts, you can join the live class and ask. See, generally, previously what I did was in the comment section, if you asked questions, I tried to answer them. But now that there are so many members, 14,000, 15,000 people over here, and I am very thankful that you are all with me, and many of you have joined for private classes from me. So it becomes little difficult to answer in the community, in the comment box, reply to that. So it is better if you don't send separate mails like this answer, that answer, and ask me directly in the live class. Okay. You have Tuesday's class, you have Thursday's class, you have Sunday's class, and you also have Saturday's class. Saturday and Tuesday is a little flexible, but Thursday and Sunday, always 8:30 you will have my class, 8:30 p.m. Okay, so let's start. Read the following passage carefully and answer the questions that follow. I was never able, see, I will explain it to you. I'll explain the paragraph to you, but I will request you to understand it by yourself. Okay. I was never able to get over the feeling that plants and trees loved grandfather with as much tenderness as he loved them. I believe the screen is completely clear to you. You can read it. Can you read it properly? Just tell me if you can read it properly, the whole thing. Okay. Alright. So I was never able to get over the feeling that plants and trees loved grandfather with as much tenderness as he loved them. So first line is very simple, that grandfather loved the plants as much as the plants loved them. Okay. I was sitting beside him on a veranda steps one morning when I noticed the tendril of a creeping. I believe somebody is still texting me in the Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel, while teaching, I cannot keep answering your doubts over there. So if you have anything to say, either join the channel and say, or you can just do not type over there, because during the class it is a disturbance. I believe you understand. Okay. So I noticed, see, somebody in the Telegram channel is telling me for more classes. So I believe that will not be possible for me as of now, because I have a lot many things to do. I have an EdTech channel where I teach. I have my classes to take, my private classes. Okay, I have this one. I have my website to handle. So many things cannot be done together. So as you can understand, this many classes is what I can stretch and stretch and stretch for you. Okay, I believe if you attend all the classes, if you follow my other videos which is already posted in the channel, you will benefit. There are a lot many videos already, so you can take help from there. For live classes you can join and discuss your doubts. Okay, so tendril of a creeping vine that was trailing near my feet. As we sat there in the soft sunshine of a North Indian winter, I saw that the tendril was moving very slowly away from me and towards grandfather. So this is kind of a feeling that you can relate to it. That slowly that tendril, that kind of a creeper that slowly moves towards grandfather to meet him. Okay. 20 minutes later, it had crossed the veranda step and was touching grandfather's feet. So if you keep looking at it, if you intently look at those tendrils, you will see that they are also trying to move close to grandfather because they're so much attached to him. That is the love. Now, next paragraph. There is probably a scientific explanation for the plant's behavior, something to do with light and warmth, but I like to think that it moved that way simply because it was fond of grandfather. So now there is of course a scientific explanation of this. What is the scientific explanation? That, if there is a sun, there are sun's rays, the plants tend to move towards that. So it took 20 minutes, maybe because the sun was that side. But I was fond of believing this fact that they loved grandfather, and that's why they were moving close to grandfather. One felt like drawing close to him. Sometimes when I sat alone beneath a tree, I would feel a little lonely or lost, but as soon as grandfather joined me, the garden would become a happy place. The trees itself more friendly. So grandfather was a person whom the author liked. Grandfather loved the trees loved grandfather. It was a very loving environment. So that is the reason why I also felt that it was grandfather that made the trees alive. As much as possible, share the video so that others can join. Share the link from here so that others can join and can benefit. Grandfather had served many years in the Indian Forest Service, and so it was natural that he should know and understand and like trees. On his retirement from the service, he had built a bungalow on the outskirts of Dera. As you know, Ruskin Bond lives in Dera, right? Mussoorie. Planting trees all round it. Limes, mangoes, oranges, guavas, also eucalyptus, jacaranda, and Persian lilac. In the fertile Doon Valley, plants and trees grew tall and strong. So this is a description of the outskirts of Dera and the beautiful plants and trees that grew over there, important portions, okay. Eucalyptus, jacaranda, all are the names of the different types of plants that grew there. Next. There were other trees in the compound before the house was built, including an old people which had forced its way through the walls of an abandoned outhouse. See, now if there is a pressy, how, from where will you start? Read the question first. If it talks about a people tree, your note should start, your pressy should start from this part. Okay. First talk about the old people tree that was there in that was there in their house, but it was trying to, it was trying to break through the walls, make its way through the walls, and knocking the bricks down with its vigorous growth. It was growing so vigorously that it could break करके किसी और की जगह में घुस रहे थे वो. So people trees are great show offs. They will grow to enormous heights. Even when there is no breeze, their broad-chested, slim-waisted leaves will spin like tops, determined to attract attention and invite you into the shade. So like this, from the last two lines, we can also understand how the people tree gives a lot of shade to people, but it is also kind of destructive. It can destroy your walls if they are nearby. Alright, so grandmother had wanted the people tree cut down. But grandfather had said, let it be, we can always build another outhouse. So if the outhouse is being bothered, it's not an issue. But if you cut the people tree, how will you get that shade? Grandfather understood that, but grandmother, maybe she had some doubts. Our gardener Govind, who was a Hindu, was pleased that we had allowed the tree to live. People trees are sacred to Hindus, they are holy trees to Hindus, and some people believe that ghosts live in the branches of those trees. So it is also believed that ghosts live there. So if you are asked about the people tree in the garden, you also can include this portion. If we cut the tree down, wouldn't the ghosts go away? I asked. So if you cut the tree, will the ghosts go? I don't know, said grandfather. Perhaps they would come into the house. Maybe if the trees are cut, where will they go? They will have to come into the house. Just like animals, no, endangered animals. If you destroy forests, where will they go? They will come to your village maybe, or maybe near your areas. They have to survive somehow. So, Govind wouldn't walk under the tree at night. He said that once, when he was a youth, he had wandered beneath a peepal tree late at night and that something heavy had fallen with a thud on his shoulders. So Govind, that servant, the gardener, was very afraid traveling through or under the peepal tree because क्या हुआ था, उसको लगता है कि ghosts रहते हैं peepal tree में, तो भूतों का जगह है peepal tree, तो he was afraid and he also had an experience. You can add in your pressy if it is a 100-word one. Since then, he had always walked with a slight stoop. So according to him, he walks with a stoop with a bend in his back. Why? Because something had fallen on his shoulders क्योंकि वो walk कर रही थी from under the peepal tree. Yes, Surekha. Hello. So nonsense, said grandmother. We didn't believe in ghosts. He got his stoop from squatting on his haunches year after year, weeding with that tiny spade of his. So he always keeps working in the garden. No, he is what? He is a gardener. He has to work in the garden. He has to stoop low. झुक झुक के काम करने से वो bend हुआ है, according to grandmother. The scientific understanding of it. Okay, so I believe you have understood the whole comprehension. I just want people to respond over here. Then I'll move to questions. I have explained it and now we will move to questions and you tell me if it is clear. Let me know first. Then we can move to questions. And you can go off for dinner. I want response in the comment section because you will have to answer. It's not that I will keep on explaining and you will just listen. You also have to respond over here. I need response. Otherwise, it is useless and I would this way तो क्या होता है कि I will lose interest over here. So you have to respond, right? Is the story clear to you? Can we move to questions? Those who are following, why can't I get a yes or no from you? If you are actually following, I believe I can get a yes or no from you. Alright, I'll move to the questions part. Okay, there is another part of the story. I never saw any ghosts in our people tree. There are people trees all over India, and people sometimes leave offerings of milk and flowers beneath them to keep the spirits happy. So this is an idea of Hindu people who believe that we should leave certain things for the ghosts over there to keep them happy. But since no one left any offerings under our tree, I expect the ghosts left in disgust to look for people trees where there was both board and lodging. So they wanted to go to some, maybe nobody left anything over there, so they went for their own purposes. Ghost has also gone away. Grandfather was about 60, a lean, active man who still rode his bicycle at great speed. He had stopped climbing trees a year previously when he had got to the top of a jackfruit tree and had been unable to come down again. We had to fetch a ladder for him. So he was very enthusiastic fellow. He loved to climb the trees. He even climbed it a year back, jackfruit tree, but he could not come down, so he had to stop it. Grandfather bathed quite often but got back into his gardening clothes immediately after the bath. During meals, ladybirds or caterpillars would sometimes walk off his shirt sleeves and wander about on the tablecloth, and this always annoyed grandmother. So grandmother was annoyed because कभी भी वो gardening के clothes पहन के निकलते थे और they all the ladybirds, caterpillars and disturbing insects would be there in his shirt sleeves. She grumbled at grandfather a lot, but he didn't mind because he knew she loved him. But she was annoyed with grandfather. She grumbled, but he knew that she just grumbled. She was not totally annoyed with him. Okay, so this is from the tree lover story, Ruskin Bond story again. So this is our question number 1. For each word given below, choose the correct meaning, very important, correct meaning, as used in the passage from the options provided. Now, tenderness. What is tenderness? Is it affection? Is it soreness? Is it youthfulness? Answers should come from you. Tell me, is it affection? Is it soreness? Or is it youthfulness? One, 2 or 3? Response. What happened? It is a very simple one. Tenderness means what? Affection or soreness or youthfulness? Of course, affection. Tenderness means affection. Next one, explanation. Explanation, who can say an excuse or pretext, a long-winded speech, a statement or account that makes something clear. Which one? This is of course number 2, a statement or account that makes something clear. Coming to question number 3, vigorous. Vigorous is what? Strong, healthy, full of energy, timorous or manipulating and meandering. How can it be manipulating or meandering and timorous? It is of course strong, healthy and full of energy, right? Coming to question number B. Why did the author feel that plants loved grandfather with as much tenderness as he loved them? Is it option number 1, option number 2 or option number 3? He saw the tendril of a creeping vine move very slowly towards grandfather and cross the veranda step to touch grandfather's feet because the creeper moved as they sat there in the soft sunshine of a North Indian winter, or he saw the tendril of a creeping vine moving very slowly towards him. Of course, it will be option number 1. He saw the tendril of a creeping vine move very slowly towards grandfather and cross the veranda step to touch grandfather's feet. Option number 1. Next, we will move to the next question. Question C, which is, question C is, where had grandfather worked for many years? Is it the Indian Revenue Service? Is it the Botanical Gardens? Is it the Indian Forest Service? It is option number 3, the Indian Forest Service. Everybody is celebrating. If there is no response, it becomes very kind of, live classes become very boring. Respond. If you keep asking me questions somewhere else, it will not help. Over here, when I am there, sort your doubts. Next one. Number D. Which trees did grandfather plant around his bungalow? Is it limes, mangoes, oranges, guavas? Remember, I already marked that place. Which one is the right answer? I already marked it. So yes, it is. It is option number 2. Limes, mangoes, oranges, guavas, eucalyptus, jacarda, and the Persian lilac. Okay. Around the bungalow is mentioned. No, that's fine. Question number E. Why does the author say people trees are great show-offs? Why does he say that? That people trees are great show-offs? Question number E. Because they are people trees all over India. Because even when there is no breeze, their broad-chested, slim-waisted leaves will spin. So, why are they called great show-offs? Of course, it will be option number 2. Because even when there is no breeze, they will wave there and spin their leaves tops, okay, to attract your attention. Next, we will move to question number F. Yes, Mrinal, what doubt? D-O-U-B-T doubt, Mrinal, okay? Say, what is your doubt? Type your doubt. Till then we will discuss question number F. How do we know grandfather was fit? Because even at about 60, he was a lean, active man who rode his bicycle at great speed, climbed up but couldn't get down. No, couldn't get down is incorrect. So many trees around his bungalows. No. So it is going to be option number 1, because even at 60, he was a lean, active man who rode his bicycle at great speed. Okay. Yes. Somebody was asking his doubt. Which one? Which question? Option number 1. Number 5. Okay, E. Why does the author say people trees are great show-offs? Because there are people trees. Just a second, I'll just plug in my charger. Very sorry. Yes. Yes, Shivani. Sorry, I went to bring my charger. Option number 2, Ansh. Option number 2, you are saying for F. How can it be option number 2? See, was fit. How do we know that he was fit? Climb नहीं कर सके, climb down नहीं कर सके, वो कैसे fit होगा? That will not be a reason, no? Good evening, Shivani. So it can be option number 1. Okay. And Mrinal was asking question number 5. Why does the author say people trees are great show-offs? People trees all over India. People sometimes leave offerings of. Now, this one, option number 1 could have been the correct option if you were asked that what people do, what Hindu people do to keep the ghosts on the people trees satisfied. Okay, they left milk, flowers beneath it to keep the spirits happy. But here question is great show off. People trees, they grow very beautifully and become a show off. Okay, they try to show themselves off. So they have big sized leaves and all. Okay, I believe it is clear, Minal. Just let me know. Let me know if it is clear. Then we have question number G. Why did ladybirds or caterpillars sometimes wander about on the tablecloth? Because grandfather came straight to the dining table after his work in the garden. Because grandfather loved both plants and animals and liked to keep them near. Because grandfather wore his gardening clothes at meal times and they would wander off his shirt sleeves and onto the tablecloth. Very easy. Try to answer. Number G. Alright. Number G, try to answer. Why ladybirds or caterpillars milte the tablecloth and wander about on the tablecloth? How? What is the answer? What is the answer, dear? Please respond. Because like to keep them near, Mrinal. Try once again. Try once again. See this part. If you move back, what can you find over here? See. Over here. See this part. Grandfather bathed quite often, but he did not leave his gardening clothes. He wore them immediately after bath. So naturally there were ladybirds and caterpillars. Ansh Yadav, yes, correct. It is option number, no, not option number 1. See, I showed you. It is option number 3. Because grandfather wore his gardening clothes at meal times and they would wander off his shirt sleeves and onto the tablecloth. Clear? Mrinal and Ansh, is that clear? It is written in the last paragraph. Should I show you again or it is clear? Alright. So, next one. Number 8. Number 8 is what? See, just like you have to write the précis, it is already written over here. You have to find out which one is the best one. Okay. What has the author said about old people tree? Just like I told you, old people tree के बारे में क्या बोला गया है? Which paragraph gives you the best answer? Read the 3 options and tell me which one is best. Read all the 3 options and tell me which one is the best one. Oh, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Very sorry. These are your 3 options. Hello Prasanna. Try these 3 options. I'll just reduce my picture a bit so that you can see the whole thing. Achha, Dilip is already saying it is option number 2. You are saying it is option number 2. Any other answer or should I take it? Any other answer? Yes, Dilip, you are correct. It is option number 2. Option number 2 is the right answer. See, it is talking about, 1 second, I'll just... What is it talking about? It is talking about the brick walls of an abandoned outhouse with its vigorous growth. Grandmother wanted to cut it down. Grandfather said that they could build another outhouse. Govind was frightened of resident ghosts and no one left offerings under the tree. The author decided the ghosts must have left in disgust and therefore the ghosts were not there in the peepal tree in his house. Alright. Now, let me know over here if you want to solve the little grammar exercise that you see below. If you want to solve it, then I'll show it. Otherwise, I will keep it for the next class. Option 2, ma'am, for number G. No, see, I showed you, no, number G. कपड़ों के बीच में से क्या ऐसे ladybirds, caterpillars कैसे निकलते थे? This part, see. I have already highlighted, no? Why? 1 second. I'll just highlight it with another color. See, he came inside with his gardening clothes immediately after bath. and therefore these ladybirds and caterpillars came out. Clear? So if we move back to the question, you can understand why it is option number 3. Is it clear? The one who is saying option number 2. I have nothing to do, devil. Whoever devil you are, whatever devilish work you do, telling me love you, I am satisfied with it. I like all of you as my dear students. Okay. So you may not write over here. It is fine for me. Okay. Ansh, is it clear to you? Why it is option number 3? Whoever wants to solve one grammar exercise can tell me, then we will discuss it. Otherwise, we will keep it for the next class. No problem. If there is doubt, you can of course ask, so that same doubts are not there in the exam hall. Gmail account. Reshmi Mukherjee, same spelling as the channel, Reshmi Mukherjee 24 at gmail.com. Now, let me know if you want to discuss the tense exercise, the verb exercise. Otherwise, I will leave this much. I'll keep this much for today. Next class, we will discuss the verb exercise. But I want answers from you. Okay, so you want to discuss the grammar part. Okay, we will do the grammar part. That also I will give you options. I'll keep it a little easy so that you can answer from the options over here. Dilip, it's a very short one. Let's finish it. I've already shown you. So let's start it. It's a very simple one. Just reply very fast and let's finish it off. When he saw the cottage over amongst some bushes with a rank growth of nettles at one end, he think it was a miserable place. Options are thinks, thought, thinked. Which one? Option number 2, thought. Correct. Any other answer? Correct. Thought. Very good. Next one. But when he came close to the peeling lime wash, the torn down ivy, sagging roof, the dashed stone doorstep, thick with trampled mud, he saw that it was a wretched house. Breaks, broken, breaking. Which one? Number B. Number B, which one is the correct answer? Just write the question number, okay? Otherwise, it's confusing. Number, yes. Vaishnavi is saying broken. I guess Vivek is also saying broken. Yes, 2. Shikta is also saying 2. Correct. It is broken. Next, coming to question number 3. The door dash half open stuck. The door dash half open stuck. Third one. Tell me. The door dash half open stuck. Which one? Is it stood? Is it is standing? Is it has been standing? Vivek is saying stood. Any other answer? Dilip is also saying 1. Any other answer? As I told you, it is very simple. Shikta is also saying 1. Correct? It is option number 1. As I told you, it's very easy. It's clear. Okay. So we will move to the fourth one. He knocked at it and dashed to the acute silence. Options are was listening, had been listening, listened. Which one? He knocked at it and dashed listened to acute silence. First, there are just 4 more. Listened according to Vaishnavi. Others, according to the others, is it listened or was listening or had been listening? Vaishnavi has said listened. Any other answer coming? So I'll take this option, listened. Dilip is also saying option number 3. Okay. Coming to number 5. He knocked again firmly and thought he dash thin whispering. Which one is the correct option? Could hear, had been hearing, was hearing. Is it could hear or had been hearing or was hearing? Number 5. We are doing number 5. Shikta, you are correct for option number 4. Dilip also you are correct. Vaishnavi, you are correct. Now we are doing number 5. Number 5. Could hear, had been hearing, was hearing. Vaishnavi has said could hear. Others? Could hear. Dilip has also said 1. Anybody else? Vivek is saying 1. Vaishnavi is saying 1. Shikta, what are you saying? Answers? So I've got 3 answers, 4 answers, all are saying could hear. So of course could hear is correct. Next we will move to 6th one. He did not like the dash fear in the sounds and was just about, okay, he did not like the dash fear in the sounds. This is the only kind of strange question. Rest are very easy. Which one do you think is the correct word? Option number 2, the hushed fear in the sounds. He did not like the hushed fear in the sounds. Ansh is saying hushed. Any other? Shikta is saying hushed. Anything else? Dilip is saying hushing. I will go for option number 2, hushed fear. Okay. Broken. Which one is saying? Ansh, you are following, I think, number 2. We are doing number 6. So last one, number 7. Hushed fear and was just about dash, bracket knock, peremptorily when there was a shuffling. What would be the answer to this? Options are knocked, knocking and to knock. How? See, it was just about, like some kind of fear, no, you're explaining fear. So, hushing fear is incorrect. Alright. So, it should be a verb, right? So, knocking should be to knock. Correct. Option number 3 is correct, Dilip, for number 7. Last one, number 8. What is the question? Let's read it. Apparition, a woman dash there. Is it be there, is there or was there? Which one? Is it be there, is there or was there? Last answer. According to Vaishnavi was, according to Ansh was. Option number 2. Ansh is saying option number 2 is. Why is? See, it is past tense. So everything you have written is in past tense. Thought, broken, stood, listened, hushed. All are in past tense. Here it also should be in past tense. There is no need of, it is not talking about a present moment. It's all about the past. So it is also going to be the, quietly as an apparition, a woman was there. Okay. If you are talking about the past, the whole thing will be in past. If you have to check that paragraph, whether there is some present moment, we are talking about a present moment, that पिछले साल हम लोग वहाँ पे गए थे, अब हम स्कूल में जाके घर में रहते ऐसे. That will be present and past together. But according to the paragraph, okay. I believe there is no doubt in this. We also have the whole PDF was sent to me in my mail. So these type of question papers, if they are clear pictures, I can discuss with you. But those should be clear pictures. Some I get which are of very low quality pictures that I cannot show over here. Okay. So because you also need to see and solve them, right? So I believe this much is clear to you. So we are going to meet, today is Tuesday, we are going to meet on Thursday 8:30 p.m. Okay, so we will meet and discuss another passage or another exercise. Okay, grammar exercise maybe, we will do that. I have one question paper, so we will discuss that. I hope we will meet all of you over here. Okay, thank you so much. Good night. Bye bye everybody. Thank you Shikta. Bye bye.